The Legal Aid Council of Nigeria (LAC), in collaboration with the National Human Rights Commission (NHRC), National Senior Citizen Center (NSCC), and the National Orientation Agency (NOA), have restated their pledge to protect the rights of older persons in Nigeria. They made the commitment in Abuja during a meeting with the UN independent experts on the enjoyment of all human rights by older persons. Mr. Aliyu Abubakar, the Director General (LAC), said the Council is a critical stakeholder in the project of older persons in Nigeria.
We provide the necessary legal defense that is required by those senior citizens who could not be able to afford legal representation. Essentially, the Legal Aid Council is participating as a defense lawyer for those of them who have conflict with law and could not be able to engage legal practitioners of their choices. Our commitment is to the fact that we are willing and ready to defend their human rights. We are ready and willing to be part of the system that guarantees their rights when they have conflict with the law.
Similarly, the Executive Secretary of NHRC, Mr. Anthony Ojukwu, said the Commission identified that in fighting for the human rights of Nigerians, it needed to put special measures to mainstream older persons' protection in every work the Commission is doing.
The first thing we did was to create a department that will now be able to bring to the limelight issues affecting older persons. So we call it Vulnerable Groups Department. So in that department, you have right of older persons, you have right of persons with disabilities, you have right of migrants, IDPs, all this group of people that have one vulnerability or the other. And then, of course, we are also working assiduously with the National Senior Citizen Center to make sure we create the necessary awareness about the right of older persons, and we have been training in collaboration with the National Senior Citizen Center. We've been able to train a lot of people. We have also been able to train journalists, because journalists need to understand the issues so that they can report it well and also mainstream it into the work they are doing. We are also working at the UN level to see to the adoption of an international convention for the protection of rights of older persons. That's the only major vulnerable area now that does not have any international convention protecting their rights. So we are all in full support of adoption of an international convention at the UN level for the protection of the rights of older persons.
Meanwhile, the Director General of NSCC, Dr. Omokaru, said the center has strong partnership with many government ministries, agencies and departments as it relates to its mandates.
There's a technical working group that has all these agencies on board. And the focus of that technical working group is on, one, changing the perception about aging, a pursuit of, the stemming ageism. And then the next one is about issues of abuse, to understand what elder abuse is, abuse of older persons, and then to now mainstream it into what they are doing. And then the third one now was that issues of legal representation. They already represent the entire population, but we had this relationship also to draw their focus on older persons. For NAPTIP, when we were thinking about how are we going to reach the rural areas and all, they have the widest reach National Orientation Agency. And they speak in all the languages. Yes. All the languages. To the remotest community, they are there. They have officers, they have desks. So there is hardly any government agency that is working on anything that is grassroots community that is not partnering with the National Orientation Agency. And so we are very strong partners. Now, what we all came together to work on was to develop a model, a community-based model for preventing elder abuse through education, information, and all that, for remedy and for redress.